In the past year, I've noticed, I'm talking about fast food businesses, companies, Starbucks, Taco Bell, Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's, to name a few that are in my area, Panera Bread. I already see, and in the past few months, I am witnessing the staff become less motivated. Even with the customers in-house, they're missing their I guess pizzazz, their eagerness to provide. Oh, that chicken place I picked up with last Sunday, 2 Sundays ago. That was like, oh my God. They didn't even want me. They acted as if they were doing me a favor. Staff is going down. Employees performing those jobs, they're going down. And I speak about, I think it's called Miso. That's how it's said. I believe so. Miso or Miso Robotics. I've invested in that at the start of the pandemic. I see all the places that I just rambled off. I know Mickey D's has made a transition in my market. Burger King a little bit that I've seen. Taco Bell. Oh, absolutely Taco Bell. They got the screens. They only have a register for those few people, like that 2% that come in and pay with cash. They need assistance. You still have to take an order at a counter. You know, you have to at least provide that service, because not everyone will be capable of placing their own order through a machine or through an app. However, 95% of orders are going through those machines, the touch screen when you walk in, the apps, the computers. People do it on their desktops and their laptops, probably their phones. Those, fancy phones are like a computer on your wrist. Also, and why bring this up now? Last Sunday, yesterday, and today, the attitude. And I'm very nice when I walk in. I don't expect much from you. I don't want to be your best friend, but I don't need to feel as if you're doing me a favor when I'm picking up an order. That's your job. And I did what they did for a lot of years, whether it be serving as a waitress or some other kind of customer service in the food industry. I never acted like that. I mean, maybe I realized I was in the wrong environment, but once I realized it, I fixed it and I moved on. I never really didn't take pride in my work. I liked giving great customer service until my last waitress job and the clientele that I was serving, and my last W-2 job. I couldn't stomach it anymore. I was like, I have never treated anyone like that. But the point is, I got off track a bit. There are adults working these jobs, and this is what they're going to do. This is what they're relying on. Not all of them, thank you for the tip, not all of them are trainable to program computer screens and maintain robotics that are coming into play. And the young generation working the jobs, we'll say on average 5 years while they go to school, or they get some kind of trade, and they decide what career path they're going to go down. They're not going to have these opportunities anymore. These jobs are going to be sliced in half. That's the point I'm trying to make. Sliced in half. Poor workers with attitudes or just don't want to be motivated, and they're angry they're in this position, especially the adults who are just lost. I already can tell, at least 50% of the people I see in fast food industries, they don't want to be there. They're just miserable. They became the poor working class. Not even the middle working class, the poor. They're the new poor. And they're going to lose their jobs. And I see the staff, their eagerness to earn their paycheck, it's going down. And it's because maybe they're not aware of it. They're not aware that they're going to lose their jobs to artificial intelligence, to robotics. It's crazy. It's just nuts. I wanted to share that. Us food delivery people that are independent contractors, there's a lot more work involved. Taking care of yourself, not relying on an employer to pay for your insurance and, cover all the costs. You have to take care of yourself. As long as we're healthy and we have a reliable car and we can go out and about, we're going to have work. Whether artificial intelligence and robotics enter the fast food chains or not, we're going to be busy. This last pickup, I was just like, you're acting, I actually said it. You're acting as if you're doing me a favor. You have a nice day there, young lady. And she wasn't that young, but she was younger than me. I'm just, it's just, things are changing, guys. Chance of a lifetime to get ahead financially, create generational wealth, especially with the utility crypto, use case crypto, AI, robotics, and we are in an industry that we are witnessing firsthand because we're working with them. I'm like, God, look at all these people. There were so many people behind the counter, and they were all just like, oh, we don't want to do this. Well, you know what? You're not going to have a paycheck. Half of you won't even be needed. Either you're going to be whatever. You're not going to be needed in the industry, especially when you're already pissy that you got to do your job. Over the weekend and last week, I forgot to mention 2 other places in my market. Smashburger and Five Guys. Half their stores, they have help that are just miserable. They make it very clear how unmotivated they are. They just don't want to be there. When we were in that position, maybe we all didn't want to be there, but there was no choice other than do your job with a smile on your face. That's gone away. There's no more faking it. Places like that, they too will have artificial intelligence. Half the staff will be needed. Starbucks, especially. It's half the staff where years ago, that wouldn't fly. Like I said, I invest in Miso Robotics. They have a machine called Sippy. It mixes the whole drink without a person being needed. Even seals the top. It could probably just, bring it to a table where a customer picks it up without the need of any individual. No humans needed. All a human needs to do is make sure the machines are full and maintained. Miso has a thing called Sippy, just like their Flippy and Chippy. That's their theme. Smart cooking. You see it more and more. And I felt like sharing it when I was in the mood to share it. There are going to be a lot of new poor people out there. And they're going to do jobs that are less desirable than what they have now. And they don't even know it. They don't even know it. They're clueless. I believe most are clueless that they will be replaced with robotics, artificial intelligence. I watch a lot of videos that speak about this topic, especially in the past year, because we see the transition happening. This is from a customer point of view. Okay, there are places I go into. I give $2 when I pick up my food. Privately owned places, quality food. I appreciate the service. Appreciate the choice that I have, that I can walk into a place and within 15 minutes have a bag of food to go. I give a couple of bucks. When I just pick up for myself. I'm not talking about a big, large order. When I go into a place, just as an example, this has happened, and I sensed it in the past few months several times at different bagel stores. I'm walking in asking for a bagel with cream cheese or a bagel with butter and one plain one to go for the next day. Do I really need to give you $2, $3, $4, $5 for that? I mean, these people got to be at least 15 an hour in today's world, I would think. But coming from someone who worked in the service industry, I started as, I did the coat check, I did a bus girl, I busted my friggin' hump. I mean, I was trained at a very young age to work manually and work hard, and you sweat for that dollar. Meanwhile, I got someone giving me an attitude because they put some cream cheese on a bagel and got annoyed that I didn't put a tip in the cup, even if it was $1. Are you serious? And I was working for server minimum wage. And years ago, it was nothing. You worked for tips. You wanted to earn money. If you weren't good, you didn't survive. And now you got people out there, 15 an hour. I'm assuming at least 15 an hour in today's world. 14 for one of the kids, maybe a few years behind the counter. I know they're adults and I know they're trying to survive. But really? It's not like I went in and had bags of food taken out. If I would have ordered bags of food, I probably would have given a few bucks or $5. But for these quick in and out stuff, you're pouring a coffee, you're putting cream cheese on a bagel, you're giving me a cup of chicken salad with a bialy. Are you serious? No, I won't tip for that. Not unless I know those people are working for server minimum wage. There's a big difference. There's a huge difference. It's getting out of control. That gap of ridding the middle class is getting wider and wider and wider.